AXIE host, and welcome to another AXIE Infinity stream. So yeah, I'm the community manager, community leader, I like to say, of AXIE Infinity host. I'm joined by Chuck Fresco, AXIE one Infinity of our content creators. So I've known him for a long time, all the way back to my CryptoKitty days. We also have Arctic, the rising star, one of our Discord mods. He knows a lot about the game, and yeah, I'm super excited to chat with you guys a little bit today. So yeah, just wanted kind of as usual talk a little bit about the recent announcements and developments that we've had. So yeah, it seems like this happened a really long time ago, but yeah, the closed beta ended last Sunday, I believe, and yeah, big shout out to everyone who participated. Yeah, things I think went really smoothly, and you know, we had a lot of really great suggestions from the community. It was really fun for me to watch you guys suggest things and implement it almost immediately, like, you know, 2-hour turnaround times. So yeah, that was super impressive, super fun. I think everyone really liked it. You know, there weren't too many bugs, and most of the testing and suggestions were just related to quality of life improvements. So yeah, you know, the closed beta went really well, and yeah, we were able to launch breeding on our main site. Super exciting. And yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about some of the breeding mechanics later, or I guess right after this on the stream. Yeah, just quickly, a couple more things. We have a new Twitter giveaway to celebrate the launch of our breeding feature. And yeah, there are 3 AXIEs up for grabs here. Anyone is eligible to receive one of them. You just have to follow the pretty simple steps on the giveaway. And yeah, you know, let's get AXIE Infinity go worldwide. And yeah, you know, really appreciate everyone for, you know, sharing our stuff and mashing retweet, mashing replay on our videos. All that stuff really, really helps. So yeah, yeah, I guess we're having an egg release soon, trademarked. And yeah, that's going to be really interesting. You know, we'll come out with full details regarding the system when it launches, but basically these eggs that we are selling will have new body parts. They will not have any of the origin body parts. Those have been retired and can only be by agency from the marketplace or breeding origin AXIEs together, or yeah, I guess siring an origin AXIE or buying a larva or, you know, one of the or an egg from that has origin AXIE DNA. So it's pretty interesting. It's now a player controlled gene pool. There are still 400 origin AXIEs left in our promo stock, and yeah, people can earn those through contests and promotions, and yeah, we have a lot of really exciting stuff related to those rewards soon. Yeah, we also announced the winner of our ugliest AXIE contest, and yeah, shout out to Jody from Kitty411. She had a really ugly one.
Ah, man.
And, yeah, congrats to all the winners. We also had a beta, breeding beta video contest. Congrats to the winners, Kitty Glitter, as well as our very own legend, Chuck Fresco. I highly recommend checking out both of them.
Yeah, Kitty Glitters was really good. I liked it.
Both are pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, so I guess you know, that's the update, and let's just jump a little bit into the breeding mechanics. I think, you know, those are super important, and we've gotten a lot of really interesting questions over the last week, and yeah, I want to make sure that we go over those kind of in detail. So yeah, I guess just to start from the top. So yeah, each AXIE is born with a distinct genetic code. We know that they have, I guess, what you would call dominant genes, which dictate the 8 body parts, or I guess the 6 body parts that the AXIEs are showing on the front end. But we also know from the beta and our breeding that there are hidden genes, aka recessive genes, for all those genetics nerds out there. Yeah, we're still actually kind of learning how those recessive genes work, and yeah, I'm sure the community will have a big play in that, and yeah, super excited to see what you guys find out. And yeah, so basically, when you want to breed an AXIE, you can go to your My AXIES page, and you'll see a little button that says breed. Breeding costs 300 experience. Each AXIE starts with 400 experience, so good enough for one breed. And yeah, so basically click that button. They'll ask you whether you want to breed your AXIE with another one of your own AXIES, or whether you want to send it to the mating club. The mating club is not open yet. That's basically our version of the siren market, where you can call it siren fee to breed, mate, whatever, with another player's AXIE. And yeah, that the player whose AXIE you use to breed with will receive the siren fee. However, if you use one of your own AXIES, yeah, the only thing that you will need to pay is the 0.002 breeding fee, which I'm astounded at. I'm really excited that it's that low. And yeah, so
that's pretty crazy that Chung, or the team, has been able to lower it that much, because I've seen other games where it is a lot more, the breeding fee. And if the breeding fee is this low, that means more people can do more things in this game, which I really like.
Yeah, definitely. Breeding fee is really low in this game. And yeah, so after you decide to breed with one of your own AXIES, you'll be able to filter by your AXIES and pick the perfect mate. And yeah, so you'll be able to use these filterings. And yeah, so I think different players have different strategies for breeding so far. But yeah, we'll get a little bit into that later. So after you press start breeding, you'll have a MetaMask transaction pop up. And yeah, make sure that you don't you kind of mess with the gas limit. And then all you'll have to do is make sure that your gas price, or the GUE, is appropriate. And you can use ethgasstation.info to check the safe flow there. That's the safest kind of minimum GUE that you can expect to get through based on the current market price of gas. And yeah, so I think that's basically how it works from a procedural, or I guess operational standpoint. After as you submit that, an egg should be delivered to your shortly. So yeah, I think one thing that we really wanted to talk about, and one of the big questions that we get, is how can a lot of people are asking, should I breed my AXIE? What are the different kind of factor when deciding to breed my AXIE? Yeah, I guess maybe Arctic, do you want to talk a little bit about those? I know that you're obviously the master breeder, and can maybe walk us through that a bit.
I know right now a lot of people are trying to breed purebred AXIE, like a 6-bug, part bug, or like that. And my advice for that would be, first, make sure that it's about how many plant gene and plant genes are lined up, and then after that it's about the amount. But first, I think you want to have a plant horn and a plant horn lined up. If you're going for a pure plant, you want to overlap that as much as possible.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. So there are pure parts. I also one of my favorite AXIES is what I guess we would call a glass cannon. So I bred this using 2 of my own AXIES, and you can see that it has 3 bird parts, 2 beast, and a bug, right? So I think you can call that technically a pure glass cannon. It also has some of the highest or most interesting damage moves in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Jaguar. Last one obviously is the highest damage move in the game. It has this really cool sitting duck debuff. I also really like intent.
Sorry, I think
thing morale. Right, so the morale is 55.
You cut out also, for a while there.
Yeah, you cut out a little bit.
Also, no. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, the morale is which is pretty high because the max a stat can be a 61. Also, yeah, like the 46 speed. Yeah, so I think one of my teams and expect to do some major DPS. Because I want to battle it, I am not going to breed this AXIE. I am going to save this 400 experience points to upgrade one of these parts. I probably will upgrade last one first.
Oh man. Could that get a lot stronger, that move, the last one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Basically, the way that this game works, and one of the reasons that I find it so interesting is that inflation rate of the population, should be really compared to other crypto collectible breeding based games, because there is an actual incentive to not breed your AXIEs, right? Like you want to save that experience for battling and upgrading the parts and making them better at battle.
Yep, leveling up stats as well.
Yeah, and also, so each time that you breed your AXIE, the next breed will cost more, right? So I believe it's 400, and then the next breed will be 650, and then 750
something like that,
600. Yeah. I think 400, and then 600, and then I think 800. I think all the numbers are going to be released relatively soon, but yeah, just I guess it's going to scale in a way that incentivizes people to be really careful breeding.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, I guess so. That is a little bit about I guess the breeding mechanics and how that ties into battling. Do you have anything else to add, either Chuck or Arctic?
Not really. Just that AXIE is going to be a one-hit kill machine.
Dude, I really hope so, man. Yeah, I mean, I guess I want to show you guys the parents. I think that I make decisions here. So basically, you can always check the parents AXIE with parents. Origin AXIEs do not have parents except for Trump. And yeah, so basically, I think it all started. I saw this beast that I rolled, and it had 3 bird parts, right, and balloon and laugh. So I was like, hey, this is a really interesting AXIE to try and stack some DPS on. So yeah, I wanted to look for a pair, use one of my own AXIEs, just because I didn't stack it, that fit really well. And lo and behold, I had a 2 bird, 2 beasts, and 1 bug. I like bug because those type of, I guess, archetype of a battler. And yeah, so I guess those 2 parents, and then I think things kind of rolled out in my favor. I think that the baby is probably better than either of the parents, which is kind of what you want when you choose to breed. So yeah, super exciting. And yeah, I think I have some good tanks lined up as well. So yeah, ready to put a smack when breeding goes, or when battle goes live. And yeah, and I guess an updated ETA on battling, that we should be seeing something by the end of May. So yeah, super exciting. I think this game is really going to reach its full potential, or start to really kind of pop off. Obviously, we're getting new players every day. The community is exciting because some egg sales have actually been really strong. You guys want to look at that a little bit?
Sure.
Also,
the AXIE floor right now is 0.1 Ethereum, so
It was 0.2 last night. Off the floor for a little bit. So
yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting. So yeah, I guess, you know, we've had a big uptick in market activity since the launch of breeding. It looks like people are buying AXIEs so that they can breed them, and also buying, you know, eggs and petite AXIEs that they have found on the market.
Mm-hmm.
I guess one thing, yeah, that we need to talk about briefly is, I guess, the breeding system. You can change this back to English, and there are some transactions involved in breeding that basically will allow you to upgrade your AXIE. So basically, at first, your AXIE as an egg. Here, I'll just bring up the white paper. Talk about show it there. Yeah, I really like that. I really like that breeding in this game actually takes, you know, some time to, you know,
you have to be strategic about it instead of just spamming.
Yeah, I hate spam breeding, man. I have carpal tunnel from spam breeding.
During the beta weekend, my hands hurt because the
yeah, exactly. Right. Like, I'm glad that, you know, the beta was fun, but the experience points were boosted and the breeding times were boosted in the beta. So yeah. You know, that it
was like 20 minutes instead of 5 days, really fast.
So basically, yeah. So first, your AXIE will be born as an egg. It will then turn into a larva. After, how long does it take to go from egg to larva, Arctic?
1 day from egg to larva, and then 2 days for the other two.
Okay, yeah. So, and then the thing is, so going from egg to larva does not require a transaction, but going from larva to petite requires a small transaction in space, I believe.
Yep.
And yeah, and then there's also another transaction from going from petite to adult. I really like that you need to submit a TX before going from larva to petite, because it allows you as a breeder to, you know, kind of put your egg on the market without taking the risk of, I guess, quote unquote, rolling that AXIE. And it also makes it really fun for the buyer to buy something that could potentially be really powerful. Yeah. Without really knowing it. It's kind of like, you know, the pre-sale, where a lot of people really had a lot of fun rolling their own AXIEs.
Mm-hmm. And I think if you want to buy a starter AXIE or a starter AXIE team, it's really cool to buy at the larva stage or egg stage. So they really are like yours, you know?
Yep. It's, you know, a sense of ownership and discovery and creation for the person who bought that egg. Or the petite. So yeah, really interesting as well. And yeah, you know, we've had a lot of people starting to open up eggs and are starting a couple of days, myself included, Arctic included, Chuck included. Mm-hmm. So fun to, you know, watch these new discoveries happening. And I'm also really happy about the inflation rate. For example, so I just bred this egg today, 3,936, and I opened 3613, my famous 5 out of 6 mystic bug. I opened this, you know, the day or the night that breeding went live. So populations, you know, there have only been around 300 eggs produced since breeding went live. And that's very low compared to, you know, what I don't know, other games might have seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, low inflation rate is healthy for the market. You know, I don't expect the economy to always be like this, always be, you know, so low on eggs and with such a high floor. Or I don't know, it's hard to make projections like that, but it has been encouraging to see this so far.
Yeah, right now I think people are more interested in evolving parts and leveling it up for battle instead of breeding.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, especially because right now a high percentage of the population are early adopters who have AXIEs with mystic parts, right? Mm-hmm. So very few people are actually choosing to upgrade or evolve their mystic AXIE, or sorry, very few people are choosing to breed their Mystic AXIEs because they want to save those experience points for upgrading those parts. So, for example, if we have any new, I guess, like viewers on the stream, we have Hasagi, which is a Mystic part, and yeah, theoretically you'll be able to upgrade that into a legendary part one day by using a lot of experience. And yeah, I don't want to burn any experience, and I want to try and hit that legendary as quickly as possible.
All right.
And breeding higher level.
Hey guys, just one quick thing. Some of the streamers said, or some of the people watching say they can't really see the stream. I might need to switch a setting, but that requires me to take down the stream for a second. Is that okay with you guys? Because yeah, they're just getting a lagged screen right now on their side.
All right, sure, I guess.
Yeah, all right. Let me take care of that 1 second. I changed some setting and it's apparently not doing what it's supposed to do. 1 second, please. Stop it. Okay. We're back on.
Hey guys, apologies, I guess, for that delay. Can everyone see the stream now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, I guess, just to recap, because I think, we went offline for, I was just talking through my, I guess, like rationale for, keeping this Mystic a virgin. And so I like the Hasagi part. I think it's going to upgrade into something potentially really powerful. And yeah, I wanted to keep it for, I decided not to breed it, and yeah, I have 400. You can see that I have 400 experience points there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess just to show how it would actually work, it's pretty simple. You can just pick that. You can sort by beast. I usually like to breed same classes together. You see that I have no other beasts that have Mystic parts to breed it with. I could theoretically do this pair. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I am not going to breed this guy. I see him as a battler and someone that I want to save experience for evolutions.
Yeah, and another thing about saving for evolutions and leveling up your AXIE stats is that you'll be able to breed, rare, ultra rare, and level out, and maybe a high level AXIE with highly evolved parts to do that. So breeding down the line is actually way better potentially than breeding now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So is everyone just saving their breeds then? Is that what I'm kind of getting at? Because I'm
saving all my breeds on my Mystic, except for the 1/5. I bred my bug with my 5 out of 6 with another 5 out of 6. One of Coco's 5 out of 6s, and yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing that we want to talk about. So unlocking secret classes. So Arctic, yeah, what's the deal with secret classes?
Yeah.
So secret classes are when you breed 2 purebreds together of the right combination. It's a 30% chance that you'll unlock one of the new secret classes, which are a symbol that looks like a nut or a thing, a moon, and a star. And those combinations are for the nut, beast, and bug, moon, aquatic, and reptile, and for the star, plant and bird.
Okay. So basically, so for this bug, right, my actions, right? So let's say I got this bug, I trolled Chuck for a while, after that is done, I need to decide whether I'm going to breed or just go, save all the experience for battling. And it was actually a really, really hard decision.
Yeah.
Because this is obviously a really strong battler. I could have been still could be technically one of the first people to upgrade this feasting mosquito. And that's a real supply Mystic. But I wanted to give it a shot a little bit. So yeah, I decided to breed it with another 5 out of 6 bug that was provided our beloved whale, Coco whale. And our objective through that breed is another 6 out of 6 bug. To do that, it's going to be really hard, but if that happens, we would then be able to breed that with a 6 out of 6 beast and have 30% chance. Is it 33 or 30?
I think it's around 33.
Yeah, 33% chance of unlocking first time ever on mainnet.
We don't even know their official names, right, of these traits or these new classes?
All we know is the symbol.
Oh, what?
Yeah, we only know the ones on, the beta test, or, they just look kind of...
They're just the gray.
Yeah.
So what's the benefit?
There were no spoilers.
Yeah, what's the benefit of having one of these classes? Like, is it that they have special stats arrangements or something like
that? Yeah, we don't know. They may have different base stats, or maybe they have different like class advantages and disadvantages. We're not sure.
I think that anything really rare in this game could be potentially hard to counter.
Yeah.
If it's put in the right synergy, right?
Yeah.
So if your classes have different class advantages and disadvantages, you're really interesting, right? So let's go to the classes. So right now, we have beast, aquatic, plant, bird, bug, reptile, and these are the class advantages. Kind of works like rock, paper, scissors. But say the secret class, which is a derivative of beast and bug, what it might have different class advantages and disadvantages, which might make it your own individual meta, I guess, like difficult to predict and counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like in League of Legends, right? Like, I assume that when a new player or a new character is kind of added to the game, and people don't really know how to counter it yet, that and the best players put some time into learning that player, right, or that character, then they'll have a higher kind of expected win percentage for a while until everything goes back into balance. Is that kind of how things work?
I assume so. Like, and
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like I also heard, like, is this game? I mean, you're the community lead. Do you happen to know how they're gonna do it? Is it gonna be like by temporary phase, or where like you have a meta and then the next phase you're gonna have another meta, or do you have an idea what's gonna happen with that, like in terms of battling?
I don't want to make any announcements about how the meta will work,
okay.
And with the new parts, and that goes into things about the egg shop that I don't necessarily want to announce on stream. And
everything
the egg shop is something really important. Yeah, everything is really important. It's something that we put a lot of thought into, and effort into it. But, I don't know the details really, but I think that it's going to be really interesting, and yeah, there will be a constantly evolving meta. That is, I think, one thing that I can say for sure.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, so I go over breeding, I guess how to do that logistically, and yeah, I guess one thing that we want to talk about for battle, and a lot of people have been asking about this, is will there be, what is the, I guess, fee structure kind of like for battles, right? So my understanding, and please Arctic, if you hear anything that is wrong, let me know. My understanding is that each AXIE is able to battle once every 8 hours, and if your AXIE team wins the battle, each AXIE experience, or around 100 experience, and if they lose, they'll get around 30. There'll also be bonuses, experience bonuses for knocking out or KOing enemy AXIEs. Is basically that your understanding as well, Arctic?
Yeah, that's, I think, what we know for now. That was all right.
Yeah. And we do know that there will be a small PX fee associated with the battling, but Trung's core ideology, or one of the principal ideologies of this game, is that the transaction fees to be minimalized as much as possible, because yeah, this needs to be a game that people can enjoy. Someone should theoretically be able to, buy a team of 3 AXIE and add value to that team without, sinking a huge amount of just to play with the things bought from us. I think that's a pretty
really player-focused game overall.
Yeah. I think it makes a lot of sense. We've seen that we have a 0.002 breeding fee, which a lot of people are astounded by. It's because we use a different kind of like a third-party birthing system, which is I think really clutch and has been able to reduce those fees. And we're also right now working on mechanisms to help reduce those.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, I guess can you guys think of anything that we picked over?
Pretty much everything in regards to breeding.
Yeah.
And the battle system is going to be super exciting. And yeah, we're going to learn a lot more closer to the launch. But right now, I guess what I would say, don't take this as advice. I can only tell you what I'm doing with my own AXIEs, not what you should do with your AXIEs. But my general strategy has been, to keep my Mystics virgin, to also, if I have non-Mystics that I want to breed, try and breed for a specific kind of battle archetype, like a tank, a pure glass cannon, and also, people with very close to purebred AXIEs have been breeding them out of 6s to unlock the secret classes. So what I would say is, if you have Mystics, be very careful about breeding those. You can do some breeds to tailor AXIEs to your play strategy or your expected play strategy in battle. Players with more diversity in AXIEs will be more flexible to respond to an evolving meta. So I expect some of my AXIEs to be really strong at the beginning, and vice versa. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it'll be constantly changing, I think.
Yeah, kind of like nature. It's an arms race. It's like nature.
Much to fill.
Yeah. I think, looking at data and moving in the battle meta will be super interesting. Do we have any? Yeah, do you guys see any questions from the audience or anything that we need to go over?
Let's see.
You went over the Japanese stuff, right? Like the Japanese breeds that are going on, or I forgot.
Sure. Yeah, let's make sure that we talk about this. So this is one of the coolest things that has been introduced to the game recently, in my opinion. So basically, we have a deal, or we have a growing, and decided to do something special for them to show our appreciation. So yeah, we have added Japanese body parts to the game. However, so these parts are purely cosmetic. I want to stress that they're purely cosmetic. They're not limited edition. So yeah, don't buy them expecting them to be more powerful in battle or anything. But they do. And basically, what you want to be able to unlock these parts is in the top right hand corner. Switch to the Japanese language setting, and make sure that you're using the Japanese setting when you're evolving your petites and doing your breeds. There's potential special Japanese body part to appear on the AXIE. You will see that after you evolve to
There's actually one that exists right now with 2 of the Japanese parts on it.
No way.
I think it has the yen eyes. I'm not sure on the number.
You know what the let's just look up some of the names of these. So I know that there's Yakitori.
What? Oh, they're named differently too? Wow.
This is it.
And that's the double.
Cool one. It's got 2 Japanese parts.
Oh, wow. That looks awesome.
So, yeah, this AXIE, so it has the, yeah, so basically it has the mushroom part. I forget its, but, it's now called Yakitori.
What?
And you can see a little wood thing. That looks tasty, man. That looks delicious. Yeah, so the other Japanese body part that you can see on this AXIE is the yen body part. Wow.
I actually want one of those. That's crazy.
And what? You it like, dude. Shout out to the genius Masamune. Love his art. He's always mixing it up. He loves dropping random things on us that we never saw coming. And yeah, I think he's a huge reason that this film is going to be successful. Yeah. Okay. So that is one of them. We got what else? What other? What do you remember? Any of the other?
I think Maki is one of them.
Maki? What? Maki tuna?
Yo, that's tuna. Oh, that's too funny. That bird tuna. Or that bug tuna. You want one, bro?
Yeah, that looks so cool.
People are gonna start breeding these.
I'm gonna have to breed mine.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But they're not.
It's interesting. It's like a little incentive to tire out the origin AXIEs, you know? It might be a trap. It might be a trap.
Fish trap.
Yeah. I mean, it really depends. You know, if you're aesthetics and believe that aesthetics will confer, you know, a premium value in the long run, then it could be a good decision to do it.
Yeah. Wow.
I think another cool one starts with koi. I'm not sure what the actual name is.
Koi? Yeah, I think I saw that too.
Yeah, so I hope that we all hit some. I missed last night.
Wow. But this is not limited time, so you had time to make this, right? As long as you switch?
Yeah, it is not limited. So, as I guess theoretically, as long as you always switch, then these Japanese versions can be made.
Yep, and there will probably be exclusives for other languages as well once they're added.
Dude,
I would assume.
Korea hype? Can we get some Korea hype going?
Oh man, wonder what they would have
I don't
for
know
them.
I don't know if I want the Koreans to come, man. They're gonna go ham on us.
Aren't you like half Korean? I'm
recessive Korean, bro. I don't have that dominant.
The APMs.
Yeah, man. My APM cap is permanently lower than I must say.
The purebred Korean
I'll never be joining SK Telecom, guys.
Oh, dang.
Anyways, Japanese body parts are amazing. Please do not FOMO irresponsibly. They are purely cosmetic. Yeah, but obviously the market will determine them in the long run. I suspect that they might. I don't know. Fun. So in the theme of doing what I do, or I guess like listening, or just basically only showing what I do rather than what I advise based on everything. Like I try to read one, so I don't know.
I think I'm going to as well. I'm gonna try for it.
Yeah, I think well, I also think I speculate that the first example of these will be worth.
Really?
That we are adding an achievement system, I believe. So things like that could be highlighted. I don't want to say it.
Okay.
But there's a potential for battle that all I know is that there's gonna be an achievement system.
Oh no.
That's been mentioned.
That's crazy.
I don't know. A lot of exciting stuff happening, guys. Yeah, is there anything else that you guys wanted to chat about?
I think just to kind of summarize a little bit of the stuff is, I think with the breeding mechanic is just, to me, like, kind of incredible that the team has been able to create this breeding mechanic in the time they've been able to, and it was very successful during beta, and it's now working really well in the live version. So I'm just amazed of how capable the developers are to release such a complex feature, I guess you could say, and just make it happen. Some people don't ever deliver on what they say they're gonna do.
Some people are limited by their intellectual capacity to build these amazing things, and limited by their I must admit, is one of the most talented and driven people that I've ever worked with, that I've ever met. This guy is the real deal. I don't know if you guys know about this, but he invented or wrote his own programming language at the age of 12, at the same age where Masamune was designing alternate version card games. So I really think that everything about this game derives from those two guys.
Vision, for sure.
Yeah, and they have an amazing vision. They work so hard to find people in life that they have that ability, and they don't let it make them lazy. They work harder than people who are not as smart as them, which I think is one of the most admirable traits in the world. So
yeah, and just to follow up with that, like, it also seems like they really care about their product too. Like, people put down suggestions for them in their suggestions section, and honestly, they're already telling each other, okay, you work on this, you work on that, I like that idea, let's try to make that happen. You can actively see the developers are really trying to give the community what it wants, which is like, and they actually deliver it really fast. So I'm really impressed with them all the time. I think this team is incredible.
Think some other blockchain games, they have their own conception of what the game should be, and the community has a different conception of what the game should be. Right? And in those games, the developers try and convince the community that that the way that they see the game is also okay, right? But why not just build a game that the community is telling you to build?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like everything about this game revolves around the players. Like, the economy will be player based. Everything. It's all the players.
It really is. A lot of things are really decentralized, and I think, or I guess like it's a really interesting structure, and I'm super excited to see what will happen over the coming months.
Yeah. Do you have any idea if beta's coming for the actual battle system, or is that still like it's in the future kind of thing?
Yeah, I do know that there will be a battle beta, a closed beta.
Gotcha.
And it's coming towards the end of the month. And super excited to see how that all turns out. Yeah, do you guys have any other any final points that you want to make? Otherwise, I think that we talked about things that I wanted to talk about.
As far as me,
I guess breed strategically. That's all I can say.
Yeah, breed strategically. Feel free to reach out to either Arctic, myself, or even the new breeder Truck, for any questions. And we're happy to jump in voice chat in the Discord channel for one-on-one tutoring if you want. And I really want to make sure that everyone is thinking about these things in a logical way. I think it is a market-based game. It is a logic-based game. And every decision should be calculated, and we want to help people kind of see the different options.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Yes. I want to talk a little bit about what to expect over the next week or so. The egg shop is coming soon. I think that's going to be really exciting to see the new parts. We already got a little sneak preview of some of those the new reptile parts during beta, and yeah, I'm super excited to see the rest of it. Yeah, so I guess should be, but before that, we should be expecting the siring market, or I guess the what are we calling it?
Siring feature. I'm not sure.
No, it was like mating club or some of that.
There's a breeding club.
Oh, mating club, yeah.
Sign me up. Just kidding. Okay, yeah. So the mating club, send those to, and yeah. So this the mating club feature should go live first. Then we should expect the egg shop shortly afterwards. And yeah, I think those are the two next big things to keep your eye on. And yeah, definitely, keep an eye on our Discord. We'll announce things, and we'll send out an email as well. If you want to start getting the email updates, yeah, feel free to message me in Discord or post about it in Discord, or even tweet at us. And we're adding an email contact form feature is coming. So yeah, can't wait for that. And feel free to reach out. We're on Discord. Basically 19. I'm on there 19 hours a day. Arctic and Mune and Trung, fill out the rest. We have a very global team, so we're always in there. I think that's one of the great things about the economy, the new internet, whatever you want to call it, is that we are truly, truly global. Okay, awesome. So yeah, I think that was basically everything that we wanted to chat about. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been so much fun, as always. Until next time, peace.